So the spatial skill activity. This is a follow-on from the whiteboard activity. So the skill that the participants got in the whiteboard activity, they will be now doing it in pairs to make a spatial skills activity. So the whiteboard activity, just say there was 10 participants, there was only 5 skills given out. So 2 participants had the same skill but just didn't know it because it was an individual activity and they weren't going to be sitting beside each other if they had the same skill. So leading on that those 2 with the same activity are going to come in and be a pair now and make up their own spatial skill activity, which is essentially an activity that will teach some sort of spatial skills to the gymnast kids. So how to do the skill, what spatial skills such as visualization or spatial relations do they need to be aware of. So this is an activity that is directly linked to their profession, which is the aim of this course, to increase their graphical capability. So now we're putting it to the test. So in this one is just an example of an activity that I would show them. For the purpose of this video to explain the activity, I have picked a different skill. This is because when I'm showing it to the participants, I don't want to be showing them the same skill as the round off earlier, because then the person who has that skill, it just makes a clear advantage to them. So even though they wouldn't be allowed to pick the exact same activity I've done, like they could pick the same skill but they'd have to come up with their own solution. So I'll just show you an example I came up with. So there we see it, the backwards walkover. I have added in a resistance band that is attached to Kira's both ankles. So when she does the back walkover, it actually, because of the tension on the band, it allows her to be aware of where her ankles is attached to, so where the ends of her legs are, and that's where she needs to get nice and straight. So as you can see in the video, if I play it again, she's got a nice straight straddle. So that's what you want it straight. But without the resistant band, she actually wouldn't be really aware of it unless she has good spatial relation skills. So this just improves it. So this activity I have made up is solely to improve the kids' spatial relation skills, but you can make one that would improve spatial visualization. The aim of the activity is to use gymnastic equipment, so like equipment available in the gymnastic gym. That way that when the intervention is over, the gymnastic coaches can take on these key skills they've learned and use them to teach more effectively to the kids gymnastics, as being spatially aware of your surroundings and being able to visualize is a key element to performing gymnastics safely. So that's just an example of the activity. This is an example of the gym, so they could use anything they wanted to teach a set skill that they have been provided. It's going to link up with the whiteboard activity, as I said. So then at the end, they'd have, let's say, a collection of results of how I would specifically teach a cartwheel and what tools. So the whiteboard would show the kids visually what you need to do in each step, and then this resource will help alleviate a challenge that is in that skill. Just like in my back walkover, the challenge is to get your two teeth to be pointed, because often kids aren't aware of their feet are because they're looking down at the ground. So the resistance band just helps them be aware of exactly where their feet are. Thank you.